Advent is about preparation for the promise of Christ. Christ was a promise to the world that God the Father would send a Saviour, and to this day it is the festival of celebrating that first coming of Christ, and also a reflection for Christians of the return of Christ, the belief that one day he will return. But it got me thinking, because when you have a promise, it requires two things. Because a promise is a point in the future that you're believing will arrive. It's something that inspires hope. It's something that causes you to get enthusiastic about. But it also requires preparation. It requires you to make yourself ready so that you are able and capable of taking hold of that promise. But also attached to the preparation is the price. There's a price to pay. There's a cost to every promise. And very often we're happy with the promise of something. We get excited by the promise, but actually we're not willing to pay the price. And so I want to encourage you, get clarity on what the promise is. What is the future that you're anticipating, the future that you're expecting? Are you preparing yourself accordingly? Whether it's skills, whether it's attitudes, whether it's character, are you preparing yourself for the promise? You've got to become the person that's capable not only of entering into the promise, but of sustaining the promise. And at the same time, are you willing to pay the price? There's a cost, and we need to allow that promise to instill a conviction in us that I am able and capable of taking hold of that promise. I have what it takes. I can do it. And of course, in this Advent time, for me as a Christian, it's a reminder that there's more that God has for me than I realize. Christ is a reminder that God not only came to restore the relationship with mankind, but he came to redeem, in other words, to buy back the potential and the capability and capacity that he'd invested in man. And our future promise is connected to that potential. So God has a vested interest in this. So Advent is all about preparation for the promise, willing to pay the price. Let me encourage you, let's use this period to reflect and encourage you. Why don't you open your heart to God and invite him to show himself to you? He's committed to that. So committed that he stepped into this world over 2,000 years ago to come and demonstrate his love for you.